think sex work is beneath some people? Is that what you're
Probably
arguing?
for a member of the royal family, yeah.
I don't know
You probably
about
shouldn't
that.
be a hooker. Yeah.
I
on
don't know
balance,
about that.
on balance, a member of the British royal family probably ought to steer clear of sex work, yeah.
Have you talked to Meghan since?
I have not.
Do you think you should interview her?
Let's get them both in front of a camera. I have a few supplementary questions. First question would be, so let me get this straight. The royal family were racist about the skin colour of your unborn baby. This is what you said to Oprah Winfrey. And they also were so disgustingly callous that a senior member of the Buckingham Palace team told you, Meghan, you couldn't get help for having suicidal thoughts, even though your husband was a figurehead for a mental health charity. These are two unbelievable claims. I mean, shocking, horrific. If those things are true, the whole royal family should be disbanded. The monarchy should end. An odd thing happened. Prince Harry writes his book, full of incendiary claims and allegations. Do you know the two things that he didn't put in the book? The racism and the mental health stuff. It was like it never happened. And when he got asked about the racism, he said, oh, that was a media invention. So my first question would be, what happened to those claims? I think the damage those two have done to the royal family has been incalculable. What it tells us is, rather comically, that when you have this couple who, remember on their website, it says that they're all about compassion. They're compassionate people. They're also all about mental health and helping people with mental health. They've been very vocal about that recently, about the perils of online trolling and the effect it has on people's mental health. And yet here we are with Vanity Fair, the Hollywood Bible, the thing that Meghan was most thrilled about getting the cover of a few years ago when she got engaged to Harry, which went down very badly with the palace at the time, I can tell you. But now it reveals that actually she in particular is a nasty little bully who sends staff into therapy. Think about that for a moment. This also follows all the stories about her bullying staff over here in the UK, which is unresolved. NDAs stopped all that stuff coming out, but she bullied people in a very unpleasant way over here. So it's no surprise to people who work at Buckingham Palace. They saw and witnessed all this here. So I just showed, look, they're a pair of hypocrites, they're a pair of chancers, as the Spotify guy called them, a pair of effing grifters. And they're desperately trying to maintain some kind of future as a renegade royal couple when they're no longer part of the royal family. The royals don't talk to them. The king does not talk to his own son. None of the senior royals talk to these two. The trouble with these two is they turn everything, there's a phrase that I like, which is over-egg the souffle, right? They're always over-egging the souffle. Whatever went on last night, it wasn't a 2-hour high-speed chase around Manhattan. It was probably at least half of that was spent, it seems, stationary or in a police station. And what was really going on, because it's perfectly legal for paparazzi in New York to follow celebrities. Nobody got arrested. The police have said there was no specific incident. Nobody got hurt. There was no collision. In the end, it's just Harry and Meghan complaining about press intrusion, having been in an event where they invited the world's media to come and pay homage to them. Evening, chaps. Hello.
What do you think of Harry's accusations today?
I didn't see it, I'm sorry.
He said your behaviour was vile and unjustified. What do you think?
I didn't see it, but I wish him luck with his privacy campaign. Look forward to reading it in his next book.
Piers Morgan was already sipping his tea when the clip dropped on social media. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, self-proclaimed champions of privacy, had just uploaded a glossy, self-styled family vlog from Disneyland. Cue the drone shots of Cinderella Castle, the slow-motion carousel ride, and the obligatory "look at us, we're so normal" churro selfie. Within minutes, the internet howled with secondhand embarrassment, and within the hour, Piers Morgan had sharpened every syllable for the takedown. "They've reached peak hypocrisy," Piers barked on his talk show, eyes flicking from camera to camera. Is this the couple who fled Britain for privacy, now parading around Disney like budget influencers? The segment became an instant viral hit, partly because Piers said what so many viewers were thinking. The Sussexes weren't quietly enjoying a day out with the kids. They brought a 3-camera setup, a light crew, and a Disney public relations liaison who hovered just off screen. According to Piers, the whole production felt less like a family outing and more like a soft launch for Archewell Adventure Park. Piers began by listing the contradictions. Remember when Harry moaned that the British press turned his life into a zoo? That's tragic, he acknowledged. But when you strap a GoPro to your stroller and shout, like, comment, subscribe outside Sleeping Beauty Castle, well, you've turned the zoo into a traveling circus mate. He replayed a slow motion sequence, Harry high-fiving a costume Goofy, then paused the footage. "Look at that," he exclaimed, zooming in on Harry's grin. Prince of Privacy turned Prince of Selfie Sticks. Piers reminded viewers that the Sussexes had launched legal action against paparazzi for aerial shots of their Montecito home. Yet here they were, gleefully flying a drone over Disneyland crowds, capturing strangers' faces to monetize on YouTube. Apparently, privacy only matters when they're not calling the shots, Piers sneered. Morgan pointed out the corporate undertones. The couple wore matching Mickey ear hats embroidered with H&M. A character meet and greet lingered oddly on the Archewell logo stitched onto Archie's backpack. "That's not family fun," Piers scoffed. "That's product placement complete with royalty-adjacent merchandise." He cut to a freeze frame of Meghan giggling at a teacup ride, subtle gold bracelets sparkling in frame. "Blink and you'll miss the jewelry sponsorship," he said. In the caption, Piers predicted brand deals galore. Wellness smoothies, vegan churro collabs, maybe even a Sussex branded fast pass. "Why pay $35 for Genie Plus?" he joked. "When you can pay $50 for Markle Magic Lane and get free relationship advice with every ride?" The host played another cringe moment, Harry reciting a rehearsed, wide-eyed monologue about protecting childhood wonder. Piers nearly fell out of his chair. Protecting wonder? You've spent 2 years trashing your own family on global TV. Spare me the Hallmark speech. He argued Harry's new persona was pure performance art. 1 minute raging against his upbringing, the next minute vlogging from the happiest place on earth. "Pick a lane," Piers demanded. "Are you the wounded soldier or the cinnamon roll dad? Because you can't be both every other Tuesday." Of course, Meghan was front and center. White trainers, perfect contour, a steady stream of organically candid laughter. Piers replayed her addressing the camera. "Being here as a mom is just everything." He held up the transcript next to Meghan's old Suits promo. The cadence, the breathy tone, it was identical. "It's acting," he declared. "A well-lit audition tape for whatever media deal comes next." He claimed Meghan used Disneyland as a sanitized backdrop to reset her likability score. "When the Netflix doc shows cracks, when Spotify cancels your podcast, what do?" Piers asked. "You run to Mickey Mouse and hope people forget everything else." Piers tread carefully over the children, but still raised a thorny point. If you truly want them out of the spotlight, why film them licking ice cream in 4K? He noted Meghan once told Oprah she just wanted normalcy for her kids. Yet here they were starring in a global rollout, complete with B-roll and emotional piano music. "You can't sell childhood nostalgia today and sue photographers tomorrow," Piers said. "That's not parenting, that's packaging." Piers showcased tweets roasting the video. "I cringed so hard I dislocated my jaw. Did they hire Spielberg to film a waffle bite? Privacy Tour, episode 137. Even Disney adults, usually the most forgiving demographic, left comments. "This feels staged." To Piers, that was proof Meghan's PR magic was wearing thin. When even the mini-ear mom squad rolls their eyes, you know you've jumped the shark, or maybe the space mountain. Piers compared the Sussex film to vintage clips of William and Kate at theme parks, quick, grainy, taken by onlookers. They didn't hire drones, he said. They didn't plaster their charity name on a baby bottle. They just went, waved once, and left. He argued the Waleses maintained privacy by not monetizing every moment, whereas Harry and Meghan turned personal milestones into streaming content. He flashed a side-by-side of the Sussexes complaining about relentless coverage, then cut to their own camera crew recording fireworks in cinematic slow motion. Self-inflicted exposure, monetized outrage, Piers quipped. Morgan's thesis, Meghan and Harry have perfected a cycle, claim pain, secure sympathy, land a lucrative platform, release polished content, then complain about criticism, rinse, repeat. This Disneyland video is step 3, Piers explained, right before the inevitable step 4, blaming tabloids for reacting to step 3. According to industry gossip Piers cited, Disney's PR team expected a heartwarming influencer piece. Instead, they got trending hashtags like Duke of Cheese and Duchess of Cringe. Not exactly the fairy tale synergy they wanted, Piers laughed. He called it a marketing misfire. You can make Disneyland look fun, but when the stars look fake, the castle looks cardboard. The final blow? Merch sales tanked. The H&M ear hats reportedly didn't sell. Even Disney can't shift product if consumers smell hypocrisy, Piers crowed. Piers wrapped the rant with a flourish. Harry, Meghan, if you really want privacy, stop vlogging your lives like low-rent Kardashians. If you want to be royals, raise the flag and do the duty. But if you insist on being Netflix stars in Mickey hats, don't whine when the critics assemble. He stared straight into camera. The crown isn't a prop, childhood wonder isn't a marketing tool, and Disneyland is funnier without your scripted monologues. Then the music rolled, social media exploded, and the Cringe Disneyland video became yet another cautionary tale in the Sussex saga. One Piers Morgan served up, piping hot.